nostalgic things that I've missed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over. All right, great. Hey everyone, here with Big Dog. It is April 8th at time of recording. What up, Big Dog?
Nothing much, man. You just gave me quite the trip down memory lane. Still cracking up about it.
Oh yeah, the Cornucopia thing.
Yeah. Put it in the Cornucopia.
Podcast, stuff it in the Cornucopia.
Yeah. Chatting for 30 to 45 minutes. Put it in the Cornucopia.
Yeah, but even like before me and Brian got on here, we're talking about this weird Adult Swim, which used to run on Cartoon Network. This commercial they would play around Thanksgiving where they would just be stuffing a bunch of stuff in the cornucopia, and that was the song. They would just name what they were stuffing in the cornucopia, and it's so good. Have you ever watched like Too Many Cooks on Adult Swim? They would play it all the time. Oh my god, Brian! I'm really sending you some links, man. There was like this Too Many Cooks, and it was like an intro to a sitcom, but it was like fever dreamish, very strange, but very good. Like some of the best obscure, absurd comedy that I've seen.
Yeah. That's pretty much on brand with anything that Cartoon Network Adult Swim has ever put out. Just absurd comedy.
Yeah. But that is kind of one of the main things, drivers, nostalgia. Problem is, like, nostalgia like that doesn't hit the same anymore because you don't have all the inputs to get it. You know, on a big box TV, staying up late at night, you're not supposed to be, and you see Too Many Cooks on the TV, and it's like one of the weirdest. Like, being a kid there was so much weird shit you would see before bed, like Courage the Cowardly Dog, something on Adult Swim that was very absurd or whatnot, and we would just go to sleep. Now it's like you don't have the fundamentals of like nostalgia of like, you know, if I'm staying up late at night, it's not like I have the energy to get through the day tomorrow. So it is kind of tough to get back to that place fully. But a little trip down memory lane is always good.
Yeah, I was actually listening to another podcast. Spoilers. We do listen to other podcasts, but this one in particular, they're talking about how, like, they were talking about if Seth Green never really had comedic chops before Robot Chicken, and like, you know, if did he really have it before Austin Powers? And then they're like, you know, yada yada yada. But I don't know. It just kind of like was a good point somebody made. He's like, yeah, like we'd always like watch Robot Chicken kind of just out of like we'd either would miss, you'd be up at like drunk or high at however long, in your like early 20s and or we'll say post high school. And you try to catch like American Dad or Family Guy or something, and it just missed it for whatever reason, and you catch Robot Chicken, and that the show would just be funnier than like you would kind of give it credit for. I don't know, like just like Optimus Prime in therapy, Optimus Prime dying from cancer. Like, I don't know, just some of the storylines are like, what was the other one? Oh, where if Arkham Asylum were filmed as a movie like Shawshank Redemption, the joke Oh God, Uh, going off the rails this episode earlier already, but yeah, I mean, we don't really have that type of nostalgia anymore. Like, yeah, like you said, like sitting in front of a TV, at 12 to 2 o'clock in the morning, like during a weekday when you're playing video games or something, you just want something in background noise, or, you know, just like you couldn't sleep and just Adult Swim was always on, and you'd kind of like watch this like WTF show and you're like, why am I liking this? This is so freaking weird. Like, what was that show that you sent me like a year ago? Maybe it was like within the last 6 months. Uh, it's on HBO Max, and it's like cartoon with like the super forest, or the with the it's like a guy who looks like Hugh Hefner, and he just has like all these magical creatures at his disposal, and they all just like do office work. Like,
I don't know if that was me. It might have been. I don't know what that is. What?
yeah. Oh my god, what is that show called? It's gonna bother me, but I don't know. Like, I think maybe you would. Maybe I thought you mentioned it, but then I just started seeing clips on my social media, and it was actually really. This is a really funny show. The art was just so random, but it was actually really good. Like they did, uh,
Smiling Friends?
Smiling Friends. Yes, that
I'm
show.
like, what the hell are you talking? Like Hugh Hefner with magical friends? Like what?
Yeah, the dude looks like whatever that guy's name, the old guy, and they like their building is just like a giant. Um, it's like what giant smiling face, right?
Yeah, that's their office building.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then he's like, when they had like the random city inspector, and he was trying to, she was trying to kill him. He's like, I'm gonna take care of it. But it just has randomly good like art. Like, uh, uh, they brought the one little creature into the office, and he's exploring. He's like, yeah, he's like, I got my GameCube and I got Super Monkey Ball. All of a sudden, he's like, they're like dapping up, and like it was like rotoscoping. Like, I don't
Yeah,
think,
yeah, they do. Sorry to cut you off, but they're one of their big shtick is that they get a bunch of like different animators with different like creativeness. Rotoscoping's a big one. It's always hilarious, but yeah, they'll have like different. I don't know if it's like YouTube animators or what, but they give a lot of their budget goes to like different animation styles coming from different animators.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they have like rotoscoping. There's like stop motion. Like, I don't know. It's yeah. I don't. Clearly, they like obviously don't have like one consistent like art style, which is fine, and it's great. Actually, it enhances the show if anything. But I don't know. I was just like, I kind of wanted to start watching it, but then I feel like I would just like go down that Adult Swim train where I'm just like staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning watching it for absolutely no reason. My wife's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I'm fine. It's a great show."
Yeah, I feel like that's what kept me up some nights of just like trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, and that's what kept me hooked. Um, yeah, there's that show, obviously very good, and even some of the comedy of like they're trying to help this guy. He's like very silly, and he can't stop being silly, and no one takes him seriously, and they're like trying to make him smile or like try people to take him more seriously, but he has like this ability to create like a silly sausage. Sounds a lot worse than it is, but it's like an actual sausage, and they're like trying to help him out. And he's like, "Dude, come on, just one more silly sausage. I'm sorry, I haven't had breakfast." He's like freaking out. He's like, "Dude, come on." I just like the way that they do like conversational humor is very good.
Yeah.
Um, in some of the concepts and things. So yeah, Adult Swim really has been a pretty big breeding ground for some of those more absurd, obscure comedies and people that just like to experiment. I think in today's day and age, everything's kind of the same. You know, Tim Robinson, obviously, with I Think You Should Leave, his The Chair Company show, Detroiters, like people have just kind of grown to wanting something that's different. And I've I've always had, quite a big respect for some things. Maybe they're not like the funniest ever, but somebody that's like trying something different. And it really shows in like video games. Like you don't have to have there are a lot of video games that have fantastic graphics and they're pieces of shit. TV shows that have great acting, great visuals, terrible. Don't get me started on House of the Dragon season 2, but like there's Smiling Friends. There's another one called Haha You Clowns. It's also very good. Very terrible like animation, but it's so good that you just like look past it. And it's one of those like brotherly feel good shows. So they're like so positive. It's three brothers and their dad, and
Oh,
they're like always supportive of each other. And yeah, it's just different, and that's one of the things like getting older that I've tried to keep about myself of like listen to new music, try different things, watch different shows. Like you don't have to be watching something that other people are watching, or just like watching it, see if you would enjoy it. And there's a lot of stuff that I listen to and a lot of stuff that I watch that I can't recommend to anyone because they're gonna look at me differently. But that's okay. It's what I enjoy, and it's kind of like one of those ways to cheaply have a new experience.
yeah, it's like Adult Swim. I think, especially like all those random shows where it's like the original like TikTok, because like I feel like, or like I guess maybe Vine or something, in a way. Um, my like reasoning for that is like I feel like with all your friends, like or your family members, whatever, you're just gonna have like some random show or random thing that you're gonna quote that happened. Like I have inside jokes with my wife all the time about something my son says, and then it's just like he'll say something and it just makes us laugh because it's kind of out of the blue. Like he calls, I gave him, I got a couple of lightsaber toys on clearance at Walmart for like $5 each, and like I just happened to give him the dark saber, but for whatever reason he thinks it's a vacuum. Like I it's like he'll grab it by the blade end and he'll just start vacuuming. Like he'll hit the button and then like every time he like starts swinging it or like in a vacuum
It
motion,
associates the noise.
yeah, he associates the noise with a vacuum. So uh but yeah, I mean, I find myself quoting Squidbillies with my friends all the time. Like that was like Adult Swim show like 10-ish years ago. Because he's like, my friend's like, we got to dial back the bears. I was like, what the fuck does that mean? He's like, and then he like sent me this video clip of it's like grandma from Squidbillies telling kind of like their origin story. He's like, and then God made bears. He made too many bears. He had to dial back the bears. So, just like every once in a while, I'll just text him, dial back the bears. No meaning, no context. But it's things like that that really make life enjoyable, even if it's like a small random moment. But my cornucopia in my brain, I just shove all the stuff that I see like consume somewhere in this my cornucopia of my mind, and we'll bring it up one day. Won't be the most appropriate time, but I'll find a way to do it.
Yeah, it's I hold on to a lot of those like quotes and things like we talk about all the time. We've been playing a lot of Arc Raiders, not so much over the last couple of days, but um, anytime there's like a zip line in a game that you can put down, or you can take like zip lines that are on the map. And there's a South Park episode of like, why did I go zip lining? And it's like set up documentary style. And friends always there's a quote in the show, so anytime it like take a zip line in the game, it was like, hey Cartman, how was it? It's like, kind of fucking sucks, dude. So that's, yeah, just really like pattern recognition, and like good time quotes, or like some of those things are always just so great. It's kind of come back to and yeah, I think I'm always kind of like a kid in that I'm very curious. I like to experiment with stuff, and try to associate things that are funny constantly. So yeah, we're always talking about that, or Somebody bringing up like some stupid stuff that we used to do in high school, uh, or just in school in general, like stupid things like kids say and whatever else. And sometimes it's cool just to go back and just have the that nostalgic experience, and then kind of associating that with still looking for new things, not trying to be too caught up in the past, but um, like what was the main driver of some of that. And it's like, well, we wanted to you know stay up late, we wanted to maybe watch some TV shows that we weren't supposed to be watching. And now it's kind of the same thing. It's like, well, I could stay up late, but now it's available to me through streaming all the time, so I can just watch it whenever. And it's like shows that I shouldn't be watching. It's like, yeah, I shouldn't be watching them because I can't tell anyone that I'm watching them. Because
Right.
if I ever recommend them to somebody, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck, man?"
Yeah, and like I feel um like there's kind of like less of that now cuz like content moves so quickly that like if you go like to like me growing up with like my friends, like we'd always watch movies or TV shows, and like like Chappelle Show obviously is a popular one. There's memes of it of before TikTok we had the Chappelle Show where we would just like walking down the hallway and then be like Charlie Murphy, type thing, and you'd get a minimum of 12, 20 responses, if not more. But um, like in my opinion, it's like kids and things, and that's fine. Like I understand, like we're at a different place in time, obviously, but kids are quoting more like TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that, more so, just because everything moves so quickly. And it's like, hey, did you see XYZ series? No, I don't have that subscription service. And then like when you finally end up getting it like 6 months later, like, hey, I finally watched this, and you start quoting the show, they're like, oh yeah, I remember watching that. And you're like, oh fuck, so um because I feel like I've watched more variety of TV like now than I did when I was younger, but like, a core group of friends watch different things, and it's like, kind of like it feels like more of an exchanging of information, like of or recommendations, more than like getting back to like the kind of limited I guess viewing that we had when we were younger. So
Sorry. Yeah, unfortunately, when you get older and you're checking emails at 8:43 at night.
right.
Yeah, but you're right. It's like you don't have that. I mean, some shows that are like coming out um, like on a weekly basis, you might talk to some people like the next day about. It's kind of few and far between. I mean, like the water cooler conversations are not as prevalent. It's really just talking about. For me, it's like books. Like books is a big one. Like
Hmm.
I'd get somebody to like start reading the series that I'm reading, and then it's cool because they're send me a text like, oh, really enjoying this, like, oh my god, like this big thing happened, and I was like, yeah, it was crazy. And then eventually they just like pass me up, so I'm like, oh fuck. They're like, oh, you're like, oh, did you like this? I'm like, no, I haven't gotten there yet. um and sometimes it's good too because you talk about some things so much, and someone's like, yeah, I finally started that series and I'm on book 2, really enjoying it. I'm like, what? You didn't think to let me know about this? Like, you little
Right.
fucker, man. I need to know these things. There's something just so great that makes you feel real good when people take your recommendations on things.
Yeah, and like you said, I think it's, or like we talked about, it's like it's less these days, and it's like, um, in my, I'd say estimation, I feel like people have like maybe two streaming services if they're not like on cable. And I even feel like a lot of people who I know, like at my age, are like getting cable again, like just for like, I just want to be able to watch some random thing like sports more specifically, but like I just want to like be able to like watch like Friends or something and not have to worry about like finding the streaming service that it's on. I feel like if you the common one is Netflix and then maybe like HBO or something, but I think those are like the top two that most people have. Like at my office, we're not really much readers per se. I mean, we do have like I think the things we kind of all have in common are a lot of us are doing like caloric deficit kind of diet, working out. Um, the pit's a big one on HBO.
Yeah, yeah,
I've I haven't watched it, but every time, you know, I think they're in the second season. It's coming too close to a close, but they kind of talk about it every week. So, um, Righteous Gemstones was one that kind of stuck around for a while. I love that show. If you haven't seen it, or to any listeners, I recommend watching it. It's a great show. Danny McBride's, I mean, has been in comedy, like a comedic writer, performer for pretty much most of my lifetime. It feels like, at least my adult life, and I love everything that he does. So, um, but yeah, I mean, especially when you get close away from high school, you're kind of, it feels like sometimes your close friends group or maybe your coworkers or something, um, and you don't have that tight knit community. I can kind of suck sometimes. So glad that you at least found like something with like common ground with like books, if nothing else. Maybe bring up your random adult swim shows.
yeah. No, a lot of my friends like we talk about like the Aqua Tween, Hunger Force, Squidbillies. Those were two that I could never really get into. But a lot of people loved them growing up. But yeah, it's tough. Like if you're not able to see people as frequently to, you know, talk to them and like talk about like books and things, it is good to, kind of see what they're up to and what are they watching, what are they reading. And, so those conversations are always good. Even if you're not able to, kind of keep up with whatever like the next big show is. And the Pit's very good. I would recommend it. Um, you know, take it back to Michael Crichton, who
Jurassic
graduated
Park.
Harvard MD in 1969, and he became a doctor and then started writing books about dinosaurs. And that's what became the Jurassic Park movies. He
Got
also
yourself a
wrote
dinosaur.
Westworld, which,
You
fun
did, yep.
fact, was the first movie, I believe it came out in the 1970s, the first movie to use CGI. And after he had wrote the Jurassic Park stuff, he decided he wanted to write about being a doctor. There became ER with
Yeah.
Noah Wiley as the what do they call that? It's like a resident doctor. And George Clooney, I believe, started as the attending. I don't know. I didn't watch the entire show, but
There's a lot of seasons.
yeah. So Noah Wiley during the pandemic uh, got with some of the other producers or creators, writers, whatever they were on ER, and they wanted to basically reboot ER. And they went to Michael Crichton's estate because he had passed at the time, and
Oh,
they
I didn't know
were
he did.
thinking about rebooting it. They couldn't come to a deal, so they decided to make something else. So the Pit is basically ER 24. It covers like each hour that a doctor, like each hour in the hospital. So all the doctors, nurses, patients, like each episode is like an hour in a doctor's shift at the hospital.
Oh, that's cool.
So Crichton's estate sued them because they didn't get a deal to get like the ER reboot, and they argue like it's basically an ER reboot with a different name. Um, I think I read somewhere else like they were kind of pissed that Crichton wasn't given recognition, or they didn't get money from like the Westworld reboot that became the TV show, because it was originally a movie that came out in the 70s. So I've found that whole story pretty interesting. And Michael Crichton of how do you graduate doctorate from Harvard MD and start writing about dinosaurs and fictitious Western places with robots and that. But he certainly did pretty well for himself. not becoming a doctor. So, or not practicing medicine. I don't know the whole story about him and being a doctor. But in any case, like very interesting how that, the chain of events that created the pit.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that second part of. I knew it was like it was ER based. I know that he did want to get together for all that. I guess he was running on empty with TNT in the library and movies or something. I don't know. That's after he left ER. That's all I remember Noah Wiley doing. It was like made for TV movies on TNT. So, yeah, Westworld. I feel like uh, Yul Brynner. That was like one of Yul Brynner's very last movies too. He played Ramses in the Ten Commandments, and he was also in King and I. Just for movie nostalgia. Um, but yeah, I feel like Westworld always gets the TV show specifically. It was like people always say it was like an underrated sci-fi show, and it's like it really lost its way after like season one. Like season two was okay, and then just like three and four, you're like, what the hell is this? It had no direction after a certain point. We're getting off on a
Yeah, sorry, I
tangent
was
here.
just looking up. I wanted to make sure the Michael Crichton stuff was correct about ER and Jurassic Park. Um, not seeing, yeah, Westworld here. Was involved in the film and television industry. In 1973, he wrote and directed Westworld, the first film to use 2D computer generated imagery.
Hmm.
He also directed Coma, 1978, the first great train robbery, 1978, Looker, 1981, Runaway, 1984, and Physical Evidence, 1989. He's creator of the television series ER, which, by God, ran from 1994 to 2009, and several of his novels were adapted into films, most notably the Jurassic Park franchise. And he did not practice medicine, but did graduate from Harvard Medical School. Very
Oh,
interesting.
yeah.
And yeah, Westworld sucked. Season one was great, and then they just kind of shit. I mean, yeah, really shit the bed.
All
And
right.
season three is like, hey, we got Aaron Paul. And I was like, we don't fucking care.
Yeah, who? All right, yeah, and they're like, "Hey, Marshawn Lynch, everybody likes that guy," and he was in it like for one or two episodes, and uh, but used him in all sorts of promotion. So let's see. Crichton originally went to the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, but after learning that 2 minutes of animation would take 9 months and cost $200,000, he went with different complete the animation faster and cheaper. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I did not know that was the very first movie to use CG. I just remember uh, with Crichton. Is it? I don't know how you actually pronounce it. I want to say it's Michael Crichton, but
Crichton.
Crichton. Okay.
I don't know. I'm just fucking around.
Okay. Jurassic Park when it came out was like uh this was laser printed onto the film, those dinosaurs, and that was. I mean, it was. I think at the time it was the most expensive movie ever made until Titanic came along. Also, the highest grossing movie until Titanic came out. So, um, fun stuff. What else is going on, David? Tell me, man. How's your week going?
That's fine. I mean, busy. Still went to the doctor's today. The high blood pressure is under control for now with medication. I went to the gym twice last week, and
Nice.
Easter kind of screwed up my diet plans, but still making healthier choices than I would have made. And then as far as the exercise and that, yeah, I was planning on going this week at some point and hadn't gotten around to it. Today I got up early, not as early as I would have liked, but got up early because I had some work to do. and got in early and did my work, and that was basically it. So, yeah, in terms of mood and things, I feel good. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, nothing else like too out of the ordinary. As far as I don't know if I talked to you about this, but like sleep hygiene, I was talking to my therapist and like trying to get my sleep hygiene back under control. It's basically like, getting into bed and like journal about how the day went. Typically, I have goals for the day from the night before, so check in on how I did with my goals. If I wasn't able to reach them, then work to figure out
Oh,
the next, how to fold them in into what I'm trying to do for the next day. And, also just write about, how I'm feeling, how the day went, what I hope to feel tomorrow, what I hope to accomplish tomorrow, and then read. So I think, at least for me, like kind of getting to the identification of, okay, well, I'm going to be more productive in the morning. So I'm going to go to the gym in the mornings. Um, and Monday and Friday, I can do that at my gym, which I like to do because sauna, steam room, hot tub, you know. And then during the week, it'd be like one day in the office because we have an office gym to work out there, which doesn't have sauna, steam room, hot tub, and what have you, but does have showers, like private showers and in that. So I did that one day this week. Unfortunately, my AirPods wouldn't connect, so I had to work out without music, which sucked. But thankfully, I
ew.
got that figured out. So I'm hoping to go tomorrow. But if I don't, it's okay. Still, just trying to build that foundation. So, what about you?
Yeah, a little bit opposite. I guess. I mean, I'm doing good. Let me preface it with that. But a little opposite. I've been crushing the diet side of things, just getting into exercise. It's always been my biggest thing that I don't want to do that I know that I have to do. Um, so I'm just doing some like kind of just basic chair exercises, almost like physical therapy, kind of just retraining my muscles slowly to amp up. I know I talked about this a couple weeks ago, but I'm still kind of just stuck in that mode of light exercise and all of kind of just like cardio on a walking pad, going for walks at night or in the afternoon when I work from home, going up and down the air trail that we have by work, doing all of that. But my focus has been better towards the diet. Like, yeah, Easter I went over my calories, but like I think it was 300 calories over my maintenance weight or my maintenance goal. But for that week in entirety, I still was in a 2,700 calorie deficit. So, um, yeah, still really good. Yesterday I went over my calories because we had a team builder, but I didn't account for like all the physical stuff and that's the thing with like this app. I don't necessarily count like when I go for a walk. I don't count like burning calories or anything like that because I really don't burn that much. Um, but I mean, I'm down two belt sizes now, like two belt loops, if you will. So
Fuck yeah.
yeah, feeling good. I had to buy a new belt, and it's at the very end of that. So hoping to work more inward over the next couple of months. But I feel like I have more energy in the day. Things are a bit clearer. Don't have as much brain fog. Um, Meal prepping. I mean, I'm even meal prepping dinner now. But I usually just with how I eat, I don't really make it that far into the day. So I kind of just like we'll drink liquids, water more towards like late afternoon into the evening, and then be done. Um, you know, by about 6 o'clock, and then I'll get up the next day 5:30, 6 o'clock. And I am a very bad Huberman listener. I do not don't do the wait 30 minutes until or 90 minutes whatever it is. I see, even I don't know about drinking coffee. I drink it right away and break my fast, and I feel fine. I feel fine.
Well, you can't be a listener because you ain't listening.
Exactly. So,
So you're just hearing them. You're not listening.
right.
Um, but yeah, really, for me, I think honing in on those feelings and what journaling kind of helps with that of like, how did I feel today? What did I eat? And did I work out? Did I get enough sleep? And like really just trying to reinforce like my dumb caveman brain to be like, no more, no eat pizza, no, no
Yeah.
stay up late,
Right.
drink water. And because it's hard, because sometimes it's easy just to get lost in the process of doing things without, just me specifically, right? But it's hard to get to kind of stay present and not get too lost in the process of trying to do things instead of like, really honing in and feeling like, how am I feeling right now? What are these choices? And what are they doing, affecting me? And how are they affecting me positively? Um, and going back and seeing like, where I was a month or two ago and how I was feeling and just kind of the small changes and the what that's done for me health wise, mentally, physically. Um, it's really important because, for me, I feel like I lose that sense of accomplishment. I lose that sense of like knowing like this is what you're supposed to feel like. This is what normal is supposed to feel like compared to like how I was feeling before. So for me, I feel like it's easy to kind of fall off because it takes so long to feel those things. And like again, my caveman mind just forgets and just wants to switch back to this too hard. Go back, eat fast food, no sleep, coffee only, no water, no need.
Yeah, I feel that I had a couple of we had a team builder. We went to Novi to the putting edge, which is like this putt place, obviously, or mini golf, but black lights. I like black like art and obviously a crazy putt putt. Um, and then afterwards we went to Buddies, which is a couple doors down. I already had most of my calories for the day at that point. It's like 5 or 6 at 5 o'clock, I think. And my boss had bought appetizers, and there's like a little thin slice of Detroit style cheese pizza, and I'm like, you know what? I deserve this, and I had a couple of slices. So
Hey, can't blame you.
yeah, I mean, but like that, like today, I went over my calories by I think like let me double check this. I think it was like 300 calories or something over my maintenance, which is whatever. But then today I'm 1,400 calories under. Like I just was not hungry. Like that pizza just like carried over to the next day. So,
Yeah,
um,
I
you
think
know,
I've heard this could just be bro science, and I'm pretty sure it is bro science because one of my bros told me this. But I think like calories are more of like you're more on like a 48-hour loop rather than 24. And like I mean, it could be complete nonsense, something RFK said or something, but I feel like that sometimes if I eat too much like the day before, then the next day I'm just like not as hungry. So
yeah,
maybe that's the key for all these calorie counters out here. Just switch to 2 days.
maybe. I mean, it's like when I guess there is some truth in that because like when you eat, you know, the day before, like it doesn't really even fully process until through your body till like the next day. So like, unless it's like completely contaminated food, like you're not really going to feel the effects or anything until obviously besides the sensation of feeling full and all that until, usually about 24 hours later. So I guess there is some truth to that. And it makes sense in my case now, whereas I just like had a couple slices of pizza and like I had like, uh, my like little quiche that I made, and then I made like a taco tortellini style thing, and I only ate half of what I made. So, um, and what I made was not a lot. I don't want like people thinking I just like binged on like tortellini and like ground beef, but
Hey, ain't no judgment here, brother.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I feel great. Like meal prep is easy for me now. I knock on wood, and when I have to like re-record my weight and keep dropping calories where I have less and less every day, and just cut back on portions, I guess, at that point. But I'm a good place, I just turned 37. I feel like it's like my new year almost, where it's like I want to actually accomplish getting my certified CompTIA A plus, which is like the baseline certification for like help desk type roles. Not that I'm looking for a new job. I just want like the training, basic knowledge of like networking and all of that, like, and to actually have a well respected certification that I didn't get off of like Udemy or fucking Coursera or something,
Yeah, it's good to be working towards something always, and something tangible like that, like a certification. I mean, you put that at the end of your name on LinkedIn. You know, it's like David
Exactly.
Isaacs, comma MBA.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't, I could be like, I could hang that next to my boot camp certificate that I printed off, just hang it up next to my
There,
WWF championship belt.
yeah. Hey, you earned it.
I, I sure did. And I'm
You are
still,
the WWE champion of the world. There's
I,
no one can tell you you're not. You have the belt. You have
like,
evidence.
I am literally looking at the WWF World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion belt right here. Okay. Like, that is me. And I always hang that as a reminder, as a stupid motivate, like a motivation to that I'm always
Motivation
champion.
sounds bad, but I like
I
it.
I know. um
Well, I guess it would be brotivation, not
yeah,
brotivation.
whatever. you know,
I'm a bro debater.
uh, that sounds like a wrestler too. That's what, if I ever do like backyard wrestling or make it professional, I'm going to be the Brotovator. Put the Brotovator in the cornucopia. Um but
Well,
yeah, I mean that's what I'm working towards, and getting this fucking website that I'm working on, where I've been on, I feel like 4 or 5 calls in the last week just to like finalize the statement of work for this thing. And then my boss is like, I'm going on vacation. I'm like, cool, we're just going to delay approving this or denying this another 2 weeks. Great. Got it. Fun. Yeah. That's neither here nor there. Yeah, I just felt like for like the last few months, just with like everything that's been happening with like my son and my wife's business taking off, I kind of just like took a backseat to what my goals were. And we have to make some sacrifices for the things that we love, or the people that we love. Learned that on the season finale of Shrinking today. Just watched that, great show. um Hope that wasn't a spoiler alert, but yeah, we make sacrifices for the ones we love. And um I I've spent a lot of time when my son's asleep and my wife's working of me just playing video games. So now I'm going to actually like use that to be a little bit more productive. Like I took a lot of time for myself of the few hours that I had in the day. I'm going to study for a test, and like do all these labs, make a virtual machine, all the fun IT stuff, and work towards that. Because why not? It's been 3 years since I graduated from a boot camp. Why not, just go through that struggle again?
sometimes it's good. Neuroplasticity, definitely good.
Yeah.
Experimenting, trying different things. Watching the 7-minute clip of haha you clowns I just sent you. So
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe.
you can all wrap it up. I mean, it's wrap it up into just neuroplasticity in general. Like, no, you don't understand, honey. I have to watch this. It's new. it helps my brain.
Yeah, when I go to click on an answer, if it doesn't say hot tub extended scene, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself though. I might freeze up on the test.
All right, it's not bad. It's about the brothers wanting to take their grandma's old hot tub now that she's in a nursing home after they performed at the nursing home for her and the other residents.
Oh, that's very nice. But yeah, as you said, working towards something is always good. That's what I'm working towards. Besides a less chunky version of myself, right now I'm a chunky mild soul, so I want to be light and chunky. A little bit lighter, a little bit leaner. Something
Leaner,
I can be.
cleaner, and meaner. It's the new Brian.
Yeah, meat brain, the big dog.
There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that's all that I'm working towards. Right now, I haven't really felt like working in WordPress or anything for people. I mean, I've kind of had to forward some clients to other people just because I don't know, like doing this full time now, and I just like, I don't know, I want to learn something different because I feel like as far as like, uh, I've kind of just plateaued in terms of my knowledge. So I kind of like want to expand it in a different area for my own career growth. So, I also just hate not knowing things. It's
Yeah.
very, it's a very weird thing that I have where it's like, oh, what's this? Maybe it's ADHD. I don't know. I get curious about things that I don't know. And then I just fall down a 2-hour rabbit hole.
Yeah. Luckily for me, it works out at work. So I'm like, hey, I'm a total fucking idiot, but is this a problem? And then I have, somebody explain it to me. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Or, yeah. No, it's not bad. It's not bad to be curious and want to experiment. And that's why I say all the time, like, I'm still just kind of a kid, because I seek out shit that I don't know. I mean, when you're a kid, you're pretty fucking dumb. I was a pretty fucking dumb kid, but just got better with time just because I tried to learn about shit that I didn't know about. And I mean, the fact of the matter is, there's never a shortage of shit that I don't know about. So I can kind of still take that mentality of like, all right, well, yeah, I'm a total idiot, but um, you know, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Explain what the fuck this is.
Yeah. Like, I think this I'll start it. Well, I shouldn't say I'll start it, but I got really curious, like, with like Christopher Nolan movies. This was like, I think right around the time that the Dark Knight came out, and then I just became like the world's foremost expert on Christopher Nolan. And like all his styles, his themes that he likes to stick to, and then like a coworker of mine's like listening to podcasts because he's getting like all like amped up for the Odyssey coming out in July, and he's like, well, I looked up Christopher Nolan. I'm like, listen, pal, I'm a fucking PhD when it comes to Christopher Nolan. You want to know it? You ask.
You come talk to me.
Yeah, I'm the big dog in this situation. Okay, like, oh, cool. You looked up on Wikipedia that he shoots in 70 millimeter. Well, tell me, what was the overarching theme for Oppenheimer? Oh, you don't know? Well, let me tell you. 2-hour seminar incoming, pal.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, been kind of ranty on this episode.
Well, you had to sit through the Michael Crichton, Kitchen,
Michael
Cornucopia.
Crichton. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you get it. There's like just some things that I find interesting. I don't know why they're interesting to me, but they are. You come talk to me, and you might hear something about how Westworld was the first movie to use 2D CGI. So more than you did then. You might worry that I've cluttered your brain with useless information, but hey, that's the trade-off.
Well, you either reopen my eyes to the Cornucopia video or you give me a new experience. Either way, my eyes are open now. And then I got a 7-minute clip I got to watch.
Yeah, have fun with that. I'm not being facetious either. I think you'll enjoy it, or I hope you enjoy it. If not, it's 7 minutes you've wasted. Not too bad.
Yeah, I've wasted 7 minutes on other things that are far worse, my friend. So I'll be okay with this.
Right. All right. Well, that's it for me.
Yeah, same. I got nothing. Glad you're doing well, and yeah, we'll be back next week.
All right. Glad to hear you're doing well as well. Hope everyone listening is doing well. If you're not, then yeah, sometimes I don't know. You'll figure it out. I believe in you.